Hi, I'm Phil, and today we're going to talk about the software called Espruino on microbit. And it's just simply a way of getting microbit software to communicate with the Chrome browser on a Windows PC. So it all started off with a watch. So I've got the Bangle.js watch, which tells me the time, but I can also program it in JavaScript. And that's what the .js stands for. And it complements the microbit because it uses the same processor. Quite a powerful little watch, but what we're going to do is look at how I'm using the Espruino JavaScript on microbit. And I can not only do the coding in text, but also in blocky code. So the hardware I'm going to use is the microbit version 2. And for sensors, I'll use the internal push button and temperature sensor. And for the actuator, the microbit LED array. Optionally, I have one demonstration where I use external LEDs using the Grove ecosystem with BitMaker connected to microbit and Grove LEDs together with Grove cables. For the software, I start off with the Espruino IDE, and to get access to that, you can do so via the online version, or you can download a version. So if you want to try it online, let's just have a look at that now. We'll put that on my Chrome browser, and it's now loading up. So you can see the environment of the IDE, very similar to Makecode. So on the far left on the top here, this is where you connect to the device you're interested in. So if we want to talk to the microbit, we just simply select a port, and it's going via web Bluetooth. And it's found the device, the Espruino microbit 2 is paired. So we're now connecting with that. So it's found it, and it's now you can see that it's connected. And I can create software like this, where if I press button 1, where it's rising, it will turn the LED on for 1 second, then turn it off. So to get that to work, you also need to have firmware. And there's good support for that. That firmware is loaded as a .hex file into your microbit. And there's plenty of APIs that allow you to access the resources within microbit, such as the accelerometer, the magnetometer, the speaker, and the microphone. So by using these APIs, you can interact with your microbit using a web browser such as Chrome. So let's have a look at the projects I've been working on. So just recently, I've looked at light projects, one turning on microbit's LED array on and off. And the way that that looks like is shown on the browser here. So you can see the project, and the objective is just to turn it on. And we just simply use commands, LED1, set or reset, to turn on and off that LED array. So hardware is just the microbit. prerequisites. We have to have that firmware loaded onto our microbit. And software-wise, on the Chrome browser to access microbit, I'm using HTML code. So to look at that, we'll just see we'll just walk through a very simple program where I'm using a UART write to turn on the LED. And execution-wise, I just connect to my Bluetooth. Then on the Chrome browser, I will have a selection of buttons for the LED on and off. And here's the result. So I got that worked okay. That was fine. Now we do the same thing with an external LED. We'll connect to port 1 where there's a Grove LED, and we use microbit, BitMaker, and the Grove LED and a cable, and the connection will look something like this. We look at the commands this time, where D0 set and D0, that's for port 0, and we'll load our firmware into the microbit. So we look at the code this time. We're actually going to write to port 1, not to port 0. So if we look at the code, so you can see that D1 is set when we press button on, and when we select button off, we reset that LED. And one final example is accessing the temperature sensor on microbit. So we will get a reading and show that reading on the Chrome browser. Again, same prerequisites, and we'll have a look at the code this time. So you can see the code. We're getting the temperature sensor, sending it by UART over to the Chrome browser via web Bluetooth. That's when we press the button, we'll get that temperature. And the results, we get those by the connection, and then when we press the get button, we will get the temperature on the microbit. And that's the projects. Now, my references, if you go over to the Espruino website, you can get more information on the microbit, fairly good information there. If we open it up, you'll be able to see the support that you get. So it goes through and explains the APIs, accessing the buttons, and accessing the microbit LED array, the magnetometer, and the microphone, with some examples of similar devices, all using a similar processor or the ESP32. So that's all for me, but have a look at my desktop demonstration. Here we have the microbit computer sitting on top of a BitMaker, and the BitMaker connects to two Grove LED modules. So we have in port 0 going to microbit, we have a green LED and a red LED going to port 1. So what we're going to do is switch on, first of all, the microbit LED array on microbit, and then we'll switch on the external LED on port 1. So let's go to our Chrome browser and see how we do that. We'll switch across, and what we're going to do is turn on the LED. And when we do that, the LED goes on. And when we go back to our Chrome browser and turn it off, it turns off. Now we do the same thing with the external LED. We go to the Chrome browser and we will turn that on. And the LED goes on. And we go back again and turn it off, and it goes off. And we can do the same thing with the temperature. We can get the temperature from microbit just by pressing the button on the Chrome browser, and it will tell us the temperature at the moment on the microbit.